Hello and welcome to episode 34 of The Boar Crew. I'm your host, Tony, here with Ben tonight. How are you going, mate?
I'm going well, yeah. How about yourself?
Yeah, good. Long time no see. What have you been doing for the past
It has been a while.
couple of months?
I feel like we haven't played a game in the 30s of the episodes. So
No, maybe not.
Really?
I watched you guys play Applejack. That was about it. So, yeah. But
I don't know whether
been...
that counts. So.
Yeah. Watching. Yeah. No, I've been, unfortunately, very busy.
Yeah, true. That's all right. I've been reasonably busy as well.
Yeah.
But I mean, partly busy with PlayCon, which you didn't come to either. So.
I know. I made a promise last year I wouldn't, and then I didn't go this year. It's like, yeah, I will. No, work again. So, yeah, next year.
Right. You booked in for CanCon, though.
I am,
so,
yes.
You know, like that's a better one. So we're all good.
For sure. It's the biggest one in Australia. Why would I miss CanCon?
Yeah, it's great. But tonight we're going to talk about two games, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to talk about Hey, That's My Fish. And what are you speaking about tonight?
I'll do Between Two Cities.
Fantastic. All right, let's get into it. The game I'm reviewing is Hey, That's My Fish by Fantasy Flight Games.
This is the second penguin-based game that you've reviewed.
Maybe I have a theme. I mean, a lot of my games, I tend to review like the kiddie ones or like the more relaxing ones because all my big ones I just haven't got time to play yet. Like there is Assassin's Creed Brotherhood of Venice. My parents got me Metal Gear. Like I've got like all these big ones there. I bought Mlem.
Yeah. I mean, that's not that big.
No, I know it's not that big, but yeah, I thought it was going to be like what I thought. Yeah, I had an idea of what that game was going to be like, and then I heard you guys talk about it in the previous episode. And I'm like, I'm glad because I love that other game that we talked about. It's Stellaris. Can't remember what it's called. Celestia.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm like, yes, fantastic, good. Anyway, that's not what we're talking about today. Hey, That's My Fish. Well, yeah, my second fish one to review. In this one, you are up to 4 players, so 4 separate teams of penguins. And you are arranged on an iceberg that is slowly melting. And so you are traveling around this iceberg trying to collect as many fish as possible and stop other people from getting it and strategically block them off from being able to get other fish or move and eventually just float away on their own iceberg, which once you separate from the main one, you're out of the game with your little penguin.
Yeah. But you might have a collection of fish.
You might have a collection of fish, and you could get lucky because there's the 3 separate tiles of the 1 fish, 2 fish, and amazingly the 3 fish.
Yep. Never saw that coming.
Nope. It's a fun little puzzle. It's lightweight checkers and chess, I guess, is a sort of way to maybe think about it. Yeah, blocking off each other. You can sort of take an opponent out depending where you choose to go, but when you surrender ground, it might actually hinder you or benefit, and you won't really see that until after the fact because where you're standing, you move to another spot in a straight line, and then you take the tile you were standing on, and that's the fish you've collected.
Yeah.
So eventually you start making these pockets and holes, and then it's like, oh crap, we've got all of us on this side, and there's only 2 spots connecting them. If you move yourselves to those 2 spots, you've essentially locked off that thing, and you can then destroy it, and off they go.
Yeah.
It's great. I love it.
Yep. And you can't choose, if I'm remembering right, you can't choose to sort of only move halfway, right? You've got to kind of move to the end of the line, or you can stop wherever.
Yeah, you can. Yep. As long as you're going in a straight line, you can stop wherever, and you can't jump other people. Like you're blocked from other penguins, your own and the opponents.
Yeah,
I like it. It's a really quick game, but at the same time, I hate the setup of this game because I don't know how many tiles in this. It's roughly, I think, a 10 by 10 grid. So that's close to 100 tiles that you're putting down. And you've got to arrange all those tiles out and make sure they're all like staggered because they're hexagon. And then you play and the game's really quick. And then to set it up again, it's like, that was fun, but I just can't kind of be bothered to set it up again. So... Yeah,
I mean, this one is on BGA if you want like just a quick fix.
I was about to say, this one's probably one of those ones where it's like a board game that would be better digital. And like I could see this being a great little digital thing, add a little bit of animation of you taking the fish or whatever. Yeah, it's enjoyable, but setup time is very annoying.
It is a great, it's essentially an abstract.
Yeah.
I mean, the theme is kind of there, but it doesn't matter. It could be anything. But it works quite well, easy to explain rules. then there's a bit of depth in kind of how you move. And it plays quite differently when you're playing with 2 players as opposed to 4.
Yep.
4 is kind of chaotic.
Yeah, 4 is,
Yeah,
is
and you're going to get
brutal.
like just broken off in random icebergs, and maybe there's nothing you can do about it because 3 people just happen
just
to like
left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas 2 players, it's very cutthroat, kind of in that cut you off, so all your penguins are on the small parts and just float away while I get this giant chunk of iceberg full of fish.
Pretty much, yeah. And the board size doesn't change. Like, there's no like, oh, for 2 player, only set up half. It's like, no, the grid's the same every time.
Yeah.
I do like that about it, where the varying players deeply affect how the game's going to go. 3 players is probably that nice, happy medium spot, not too chaotic, but not so head to head that you feel it's personal. Like when you took, because this can get very mean very quick. Because if you see someone like, oh, you kind of stuffed yourself, I'm gonna move my penguin here. You're stuffed, and it's just like you're then like holding that over them until you choose to move. Ah, damn.
Yeah.
But either way, it's it's good, but the setup sucks. So probably go for it on BGA, I'd say.
Or get someone else to set up for you.
Oh, yeah, or that. I mean, I've contemplated, like, is there a way we 3D print a mat where, like, can literally just put the tiles and shake it and they'll arrange themselves? You know, that's how far I've thought about this. Because I'm like, I enjoy it, but just every time, like, the setup is brutal. And even when I play it with Logan, like my son, he'll be like, oh, let's play this one because he likes the penguin theme.
Yep.
And we set it up and we play and he enjoys playing it. And then, do you want to play it again? No, because he can't even be bothered setting it up. And he's a kid. And, well, if he can't be bothered, I'm not going to be bothered.
Yeah.
But either way.
Yeah.
That's my fish. Fantasy Flight Games. Alvin das Jacquelinuns and Gunther Kornetz. I guess maybe they live in like Northern Europe, which is very on point for them.
Yeah. Perfect.
Either way, hey, that's my fish.
Next up, we're going to talk about Between Two Cities. This is designed by Ben Rosier and Matthew O'Malley and published by Stonemaier Games.
Stonemaier Games. What else they got?
Often known for big games. I guess Wingspan's not that big.
Well,
not that
I mean,
good,
it depends where you stand in this one. I mean, it's only got 4 expansions, a big box with it and everything, and done 2 spin-offs from it. Not that big a game, I guess.
Well, I meant not that big in terms of time and effort and rules or fun.
Yeah. All right. Jeez, all right. Maybe there's a reason why I haven't seen you for so long.
Yeah, just because I don't want to play Wingspan.
Every time, like, God, don't invite Tony. He keeps asking for Wingspan. Anyway, but this Between Two Cities.
Yeah, so Between Two Cities is for 3 to 7 players. It does say on the box it's got a 1 to 2 player variant. It doesn't. No, it's 3 to 7
A 1-player variant?
I don't know. Ask Deke. I haven't even bothered.
I don't know how you can be Between Two Cities by yourself.
I guess you build 2. Anyway.
Do you build 4 cities and there's a fake person
There's
over
probably some bot or something.
Yeah, okay. I mean, yeah, Stonemaier usually have an automata. Yeah, I can even see it on the side of the box, the automata symbol.
Yep, there you go. So in Between Two Cities, what you're going to do is you're going to sit around the table with other players, but you will build 1 city to your right and 1 city to your left. And everyone's doing the same thing. So each of your cities are going to be shared with another person. Hence, you're between 2 cities, between 2 partners. And at the end of the game, your score is whichever of those 2 cities is the lowest score. So ideally what you want is your 2 cities to be equal in points and high as well. Because, like if they're equal worst, that's not great.
Yeah. Yeah. You want to strategically work out where you're going to put all the right items in your city.
Yeah. But you can't sort of just go, oh, this city's going amazingly. I'll just keep giving all the good stuff to that. The way it works is it's a drafting game, so you're passing tiles around. You're going to build a 4x4 grid, And essentially, each turn, you're going to get 2 tiles to choose from your hand, and you're going to place one in the city to your right and one in the city to your left. Everyone does that simultaneously, and then it's revealed. So if I'm sitting next to Tony, he and I are going to work on a city together. We'll both put in a tile that we're going to add to that city, but I don't know what tile Tony's adding, and he doesn't know what tile I'm adding until we reveal them, and then we've got to figure out where to put them. It can be quite tricky. Sometimes you're like, okay, Tony, I hope you're on the same wavelength. I'm clearly going to finish that row of shops, so you don't need to put in another shop. Or, you
don't show each other. Sorry, you don't show each other the tile that you're going to play beforehand. Okay, yeah, right. Because I'm trying to remember this because there's a little bit of negotiation in it as well. Just with the 2 people you're making your cities with, and it's like, oh yeah, I'm looking to maybe do something like this.
Yeah.
But you can't tell them, I have this tile, so do not lay that tile.
Yeah, you cooperate in terms of how you're going to lay out the city, and hopefully by some of the hints that you're going, I think we should put that there because I am passing you the next lot of tiles that you're going to pick from, and you will. Cool. I'm telling you, this is a good spot to leave open for X, Y, Z. Each tile has different scoring. Some have to be in a line, some have to be in a blob, some are just the number that you have. There's some things that don't like being next to other things. So it's all those kind of usual things with tile laying games.
It was said in Cascadia, it's all that sort of stuff. They'll be next to each other, or be in a line, or be in this, or be that. It's all standard board game mechanic there.
Yeah. I really like Between Two Cities. The fact that you're working on 2 at once and you're cooperating with 2 other players just adds a really interesting kind of element. You're never going to get that city perfectly. One, because it's a draft, and so that always kind of screws you up in terms of your city planning. But also just the fact that even the person that you're working with who also wants the city to do really well just might be on a completely different wavelength. And then suddenly you both flip up and you're like, oh,
very true.
no, we both put in that one tile that we needed, and now we have excess. And because you've only got 16 tiles, wasting one tile, just going over the set bonus or whatever, is pretty brutal.
Yeah, it's just 8 rounds, essentially. Yeah, I really enjoyed that aspect. Although I'm not really big into negotiation games, with this, because it's obviously mutual beneficial, because that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to build both these cities up. The people to your left and your right are both wanting to work with you to make the best city possible. And so I found when I was playing to the point where you'd have 2 tiles that both worked in both cities, and you're like, I need to try and figure out what is going to be best where here to benefit both of these, to keep them both rising at the same sort of rate and not leave one behind. So it's I like that little puzzly bit to it all.
Yeah. And look, I've also got the expansion, which is Between Two Cities Capitals. And it essentially adds, you can add a landscape that you build your city on. So it becomes a 5x5, but you're still only placing the same number of tiles. It's just got kind of like a canyon or a river or a forest or something. So there's areas of the city that's blocked off. So you're going to have to try and build around that, which makes it interesting. But it also adds a new type of building, and they're called government buildings. But each of those buildings has their own unique scoring. This building wants to have this things next to it and not this thing. And so that can, again, adds that interesting little wrinkle of sort of going, if I put down one of these government buildings, at least that way I'm signaling to Tony, okay, well, now we've got to get yellows around this building or something. And Tony might be like, I passed you that government building not so you would put it in because I don't have any yellows. Why
did you take that government building?
I wanted you to just pass it on to the next city.
Yeah.
So that makes it interesting. I rarely play capitals with new players, though, because then you've got to explain the iconography on the government buildings, whereas the base game is. But the cities do look cooler with a natural landscape around them that kind of makes your shape slightly different. It's still a 5x5 square, but your 5x5 will have however many squares it is grayed out.
Yeah, it's 16 squares you're supposed to have. There's 20 squares, 25 in a 5x5?
So 9.
So, yeah.
Yep.
Which would be a river running through it, as you said, or the canyon, or a section of forest, which would create probably an L shape or something.
Yeah. And they have these interesting things of there's these bridges that go across, so even though 2 tiles aren't actually touching, they count as touching
Right.
in
Okay.
the rules. So you can still have these kind of connections and stuff. And yeah, just makes it an interesting twist.
Yeah. If you like between two cities, it just adds more thinky to it, keeps it fresh.
Yep. This is a fairly short game too. It says 25 minutes on the box, and I reckon that's pretty reasonable. Same amount of time for everyone. Oddly enough, it's got a similar problem with Hey, That's My Fish, but in the reverse. So the scoring almost takes as long as the game because you've got to score everyone's cities and, you'll have the number of players plus one.
Yes. No.
No, maybe you have the same number.
It'll be
if you've got
even.
three
No,
players,
it's
you'll
even.
have three. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Yep. Yeah, it's even.
Yeah, I'm like, hang on, no, because then that would be like city at the end of the thing when they come around in a circle. That's two cities touching each other. Yeah, no, it's equal number of cities.
Yeah, the same number of cities, but you kind of, I mean, I guess you could
Ghost
if
City.
everyone. Oh no, the Ghost City won again.
How did it win again?
Oh, I hate this Ghost City.
Cards Against Humanity or Apples to Apples when you have the random player. Like, how do they keep winning? Anyway.
Maybe it's like the Captain Planet of the city. Like, your cities combined. I am Ghost City.
Oh, Captain Planet. I missed that show.
Yeah, look, I guess in theory you could all score simultaneously, but I've never found that works that well. Because you're scoring, each person wants to see the scores of two cities. I don't know.
Yeah.
And so scoring can take a little bit of time. But
yeah, I mean, like the only time I played this, I didn't find that to be terribly long. Like it's just, and it's interesting.
And there's
to
a bit
see,
of tension.
Yeah, because you're listening to everyone saying like, oh, okay, they got a 50 on that one. Oh, but they only got a 20 on the other one.
Yeah.
Oh, they're not gonna make it.
Yeah, I've so got them now. Especially if you were on that 50.
Yeah.
You're like, oh yes, like I'm doing so well. And then like your second city gets 13 or so. You're like, oh whoops.
God damn.
I screwed that.
God, I thought that was going to score more with this, but we didn't get the last park tile. Damn, that changed it all.
Turned out we were both focusing on the wrong city.
Yeah. Oh, well.
So, yeah, between two cities.
Lots of fun. So that was Between Two Cities and Hey, That's My Fish. Ben, if you were going to start your night of a board game, people coming over who weren't too into it, would you start them with Hey, That's My Fish or Between Two Cities?
Obviously, if we had more than four, it's straight away between two cities.
Obviously. If you have four people coming, exactly.
Look, I think if they were younger, like if I was playing with some kids, I'd probably go, Hey, That's My Fish. Adults, I think I'd go Between Two Cities because it just looks a bit nicer.
Yeah.
And I often find aesthetics help people with engagement.
Feels a little bit more sophisticated.
Yeah, I guess it's not even that, but just like the artwork and stuff draws people in. They're like, oh, this looks cool. And they get the theme of getting to build a city is somewhat enticing. Not that the theme of collecting fish as a penguin isn't enticing, but I just feel like
I get what you mean.
there's more of a draw there. So,
yeah.
Yep. But for
it's
kids,
more relatable.
I'd go the Hey, That's My Fish because that's actually a cooler theme for them. And I think the rules are simpler. So
True.
It works that way. How about yourself?
Yeah, I guess age-wise, it would definitely think I'd probably go with Between Two Cities. Yeah, I just feel like that whole it's a bit more camaraderie with it and everything rather than cutthroat ruthlessness. Because Hey, That's My Fish is a bit deceptive because it looks like a kid's game, but it can be so mean so quickly.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, yeah, I'd probably go Between Two Cities. If it was going to be Hey, That's My Fish, I'd make sure I had it set up before people came around because this sitting there watching the setup can be painful.
I mean, people can help you set up.
They can, yeah.
But it's we're just gonna make a big grid. Let's go.
True. Yeah, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. There's something about it. Yeah. But anyway, so that was episode 34.
Yeah.
We look forward to getting bored with you next time.
Bye.
See you later.
This has been the Board Crew. Hey, thanks for listening. You can join the conversation, have a chat with us, and maybe even tell us a game you need to review by rolling over to our socials. Just search the Board Crew on Facebook. See you next time.
Are we going to keep any of what we just said into the intro there? I know, we're trying to not go into it so cold anymore.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I mean, we can